Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we've got a new deck. It's the deck with a flared base. If you think you can fit it in to your schedule, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, today you get a bonus lecture before we get started. The -1 consumable slot on the Nebula deck is not a very serious drawback. Most people don't care about this. Most people wouldn't go out of their way to buy the crystal ball to pay for an extra consumable slot. The actual problem with the Nebula deck, it was created a long time ago. When the telescope was first created, there were only two types of booster packs. Every shop had a guaranteed Arcana pack and a guaranteed Celestial pack. Now with all of these other different booster packs, we're seeing less than half as many Celestial packs on average. The telescope is doing less than half as much as it used to on average. So in all of this time, the telescope has not changed. The Nebula deck has not changed. And as the extra salt on the wound, when I talk about the blue seals being overpowered, some people will say, the blue seals are justifiably powerful. The seals are supposed to be powerful. I would say actually overpowered. What I'm talking about is when you open a Celestial pack, you get to see 3 out of 9 total possible planet cards, not counting the secret hand. So 1 in 3 chance you find the one that you're looking for. On average, that's 1 level every 6 rounds. Every 6 shops, you get 1 level. That sucks. With the telescope, when you open the Celestial pack, instead of 1 in 3 chance that you get the one that you want, now it's guaranteed. So you get 3 times as many levels for whatever the specific hand is. But not every shop has a Celestial pack, so it's still just 1 level every 2 rounds on average, which is more, 3 times as much, sure, but still less than the value that you get from the blue seals. With the blue seals, you can get extra blue seals from just opening more standard packs. You can get extra blue seals from copying them with death cards. In general, if you have multiple blue seals in your deck, you're getting a guaranteed level every round. Some rounds you're getting multiple levels. So instead of the telescope being this exciting way of getting more levels, getting more of the specific planet card that you're looking for, now it actually makes more sense, instead of buying the telescope, it makes more sense to just buy the crystal ball for that extra consumable slot, that extra blue seal value. When I talk about nerfing the blue seals, when I talk about the blue seals being overpowered, you could say, well, why don't we buff these other things instead? Why don't we buff these other ways of getting levels and getting planet cards? And I think the answer is yes. I think we need to do both. So tell me in the comments, what are your ideas? How can we make Celestial packs more exciting? 1 level every 6 rounds sucks. Maybe if we make Celestial packs more exciting, then the telescope doesn't need a buff, or maybe it does. So tell me both. Tell me ideas for Celestial packs, tell me ideas for the telescope, and then the Nebula deck, after we make the telescope more interesting, maybe the Nebula deck doesn't need to change that much. The problem with the Nebula deck right now is not that it has a drawback. The problem with the Nebula deck is that it has no benefit. Let's take a look. Alright, the boss is -1 hand size. We for sure take an investment tag. In the first round, 4 hearts? Sure. How about, I'm going to play the Jack High flush, keeping the aces, in case we get more aces, maybe. Could be 2 pair, aces and 10s would be nice. Queen through 9, we can try to get another king or 8 here. You could try to go for the spade flush. We have 10 spades in the deck. I think we have a better chance hitting the straight than we do trying to hit the flush. So let's try for the, there we go. Actually got 2 spades here, kind of lucky. We would have had the flush, but we can just play the king high straight. Okay. First shop, there's a square joker as a rental. Rental square joker, I think on some decks maybe the answer is no. Maybe on the blue deck the answer is yes anyway, because the extra hands allows you to grow the square joker faster. Maybe on the yellow deck you can leverage the extra money as a way of paying for the rental fee. On the Nebula deck, maybe usually early rentals are especially bad because we don't start with very much money. We don't start with very much resources, but we do have the investment tag, and I think with the investment tag I feel safe. I can take a rental. Also, it is foil, so we have a head start on the square, right? That's 12 hands worth of chips. That's 3 rounds worth of scaling. take the square here. And then the question is, do we want a buffoon pack also? Do we want a standard pack? Sometimes we say, okay, if I have the investment tag, that is the money which I can use to pay for these things, or pay me back after I buy these things. I'm gonna say no on these, because I don't have just these costs to worry about. I also have the rental fee to worry about, and so maybe I want to save some extra money in the bank for the rental fee. Let's go next. With the foil, by the way, foil 50 chips if I play a pair, that's ×2, right? So that's already 100 points on top of how much the pair would normally give me. So this boss -1 hand size might be a boss that we would normally be afraid of, but here we can win with 4 pairs, no matter what they are. I can start with a pair of 5s. Pair of 3s, keeping the high-ish cards, I guess. Probably doesn't matter. Play the pair of aces. And a pair of 10s. That's it. Okay, then we get our investment. Okay, our first Celestial pack. First shop didn't have a Celestial pack. This one does. Boss says discard random cards. There is an economy tag. So skipping is an option. I think maybe I don't want to skip. So the danger with skipping, of course, is how do we survive 1500 points with just a foil square joker? One way you could do it is with multiple 5-card hands. It's something that maybe is risky and I want to try to avoid. So what we can do instead, I think Celestial pack for the guaranteed Mercury card for sure. Could be business card, could be Arcana. Maybe we go Arcana looking for Hermie. No Hermit, we can't wheel because we already have a foil. Priestess gives me 1 planet card. I think I'm going to go Strength here. You could turn 4s into a pair of 5s. And then if you have 6 5s, it makes it easier to get pairs, but it's not hard to get pairs, so I don't think I need to do that. Usually what I'm trying to do is turn my 10s into jacks so that I have more face cards. Also, sometimes queens into kings. So maybe queen into a king and then turn an 8 into a 9. And then business cards should be okay. Let's go next. Yeah, 28 bucks. I think we don't need it. I think we just play it out and then we can square up. I could play 3 kings here. I don't have to play pairs, but I'm going to play the pair of kings. So that's 340. I can look for a pair of jacks, maybe. Could be a pair of jacks. Throw away the ace, since we already threw away an ace. Throwing away the aces so that I can play face cards as high card, potentially, if I need to. Here, the pair of 9s wins, so let's discard looking for more face cards. Okay, so pair of 9s wins. I can play Jack as a high card, and then throw away a queen, throw away a king. How about throw away a queen? High card doesn't win, but then the pair of 9s does. And then that's 375. So almost 400 points. In the next round here, if you do 400 times 4, that should be plenty. Go next. I guess business card, I should have thought about whether or not it's actually worth it. Maybe sell it and then not pay the rental fee. But this is on average $1 per face card. So if I play 3 face cards per round, then it's worth it. So we keep it. Probably I don't need these perishables. I think pacing wise, I'm doing okay on points, and also we have overstock potentially in the future. So let's just open the Arcana pack. Still looking for Hermie. Wheel, if it works, if it hits, I don't actually care that much about hitting the business card. I think I'd rather take an Emperor here. On the Nebula deck, we only get 1 card, but I think 1 card is worth it. And I don't need a tower. So Arcana pack, 8 bucks is expensive, but I think I still take it. Still missing. I guess we could use the Devil to make a gold card. Is useful. Let's go Queen I can turn into a king, 9 I can turn into a 10, and maybe turns into a jack later. I think power I sell, and I think I go gold king. With the business card, you want to play the face cards, but in the future, if I get a death card, I want to copy the gold king, and that way I get more face cards and more gold cards at the same time. Yeah, tower we sell. I want to save my money for overstock. Let's go next. Not that the tower wouldn't be useful, but I guess if I have square, maybe the stone card doesn't matter that much. I'm looking for 4 pairs. I can start with a pair of aces, just to be safe. Then I could play the gold king here. I could discard the queen. Play the pair of kings. Okay, so we're not going to get the 9. We are not going to get the 7. Okay. Then I could play the pair of 6s. I could discard looking for... Let's play a pair of 6s, just to be safe. Alright, and then I have kings I can play. Pair of kings, that wins. Cool. Alright, 27 bucks means we get maxed out interest. Boss says discard random cards. So we know what a Celestial Pack does. That's a guaranteed Mercury card. And then I could go Arcana here. Maybe... What am I trying to do? Try to get a Fool for a Mercury card? No Fool. Could be a Hungman, could be Judgment. I like the idea of Judgment. Polychrome, okay. Trio, probably. We're not going to do 3 of a kind, but Polychrome is useful. 2s, we can hang them. The boot as a rental, I think, is not important for us to do, especially now that we got the extra Mercury levels from the telescope. So, boot, no. Maybe we could get another boot. I want Overstock for sure. I'm questioning whether or not I buy the Magician. I think usually the answer is yes on the Magician. Let's do that. Lucky cards can be another way of getting money. Probably no Hallucination as a rental. Even if it wasn't a rental on the Nebula deck, the Hallucination's less good. Go next. Start with a pair of jacks. We have level 3 now. We also have Polychrome Trio. Maybe I'm supposed to play the 2 pair instead because it is deliberately weaker. Cool. I can play 2 pair queens and 7s. Okay, I can play 2 pair kings and 9s. And then I can discard. And now use my discards to find more face cards. Could be a pair of kings. Could be lucky kings. There we go. Ow. But we got 16 bucks? Yes. Okay. Could be Arcana. Looking for Hermie. Boss says cards are debuffed. There's a handy tag. We might take a handy tag. Death. I don't really have anything I want to copy unless I want to make another jack. I could make a gold jack. Something we might consider, we might be concerned about. Do we need Judgment here for a Joker? I think with the Polychrome we should be fine. So gold jack maybe? Sure. I want to the moon because it gives me money. I want Northern Lion. I can't afford the Buffoon pack. I don't think we need the Molt. I don't take Overstock here yet. Let's go next. But Overstock is exciting. Okay. So I can get... that's not a pair. Pair the kings, keeping... I don't need the queens. I could throw away a 7. Alright, so a pair is 1,000. If we can get the pairs. So throw away the queen here and throw away probably the 3. Okay. I can play a pair of 10s. If I don't draw a pair, I'm going to be real sad. I can throw away a 2 and a 3. Sure. Oh. Actually, that just wins. Oh. Right. Okay. Okay. Temperance is 15 bucks. I guess we could hold on to Temperance. I might want an astronomer instead of a business card. Yeah, maybe. Maybe no business card because it's a rental. Maybe we just go astronomer or the free celestial pack. Maybe. Also, the boss is going to debuff my face cards anyway. So let's go spectral first. Let's go temperance first, then spectral. Okay. Incantation we don't need, Ouija we don't care about. That's fine. I can take a celestial pack. If I hold temperance, we get more value from Northern Lion. If I use temperance, potentially we get more interest. Maybe I want... And then we have double interest with To the Moon. Let's do that. Do I want an astronomer? Do I want overstock? I think if we take overstock right now, we get a free reroll. I could take overstock and then skip with the handy tag. I think I don't want the handy tag, and I think with the astronomer, I think I actually keep it. Go next. It's expensive because of extra interest. I think let's sell it. Let's go next. We get punished if there's, I don't know, like a mega celestial pack or something like that, but that's fine. All right. We should be able to get away with pair of 3s. What flavor pairs doesn't matter. Play the pair of 4s. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the 10. Okay. So this pair doesn't win. And then the pair of 6s does. That's it. I can play a pair of kings instead. And then that's fine. Okay. We do get a celestial pack. Slightly punished, but not majorly punished. Fool is on temperance, so maybe we go Arcana first in case there's temperance. Maybe pick up Wily Joker. For sure, no matter what happens, I'm taking overstock. I might as well take overstock now. There's a death card. So I could take a death card into the Arcana pack. I could save the death card for the next round. I think I'm going to save it. There's a vampire. Let's go Arcana. So if there's a Fool, I want to have room for Temperance. How much is Temperance? 18? Or it could be Hermie. Okay. So Hermie, yes. Celestial pack, yes. Vampire, sure. Death cards. So since we have death upstairs, probably we don't reroll, we just go next. And then we should be okay. I want to copy my Lucky King. I can start by playing a pair of 10s. So that's already 2,000. There's my Lucky King. Let's go pair of 6s. That's 2,000. I can play this pair of kings for 2,000. And then look for some gold cards. Alright, I can turn a 4 into a king and play the pair. That's it. Now we're scaling. So almost 3,000 points for a pair. Cool. Could be a Midas Mask. Could be a Celestial Pack. So Crystal Ball is good too. I guess I didn't have to buy it right away, but I'm gonna go Arcana first in case we get a Fool. No Fool, but we get could be Magician for the Vampire. I think makes sense. Could be also Strength on the 10s. If we want to try to make trio work, which it seems like maybe we could long term. But let's go Magician for the Vampire. Oh, I should have used Magician on the 10s because Midas Mask is going to turn my Jack into a gold card anyway. Boss has decreased levels. So that's stinky. I think we still buy Mercury here. Alright, so I want Midas Mask for the Vampire. I probably don't need Trio if we have the Midas Mask. Is that true? I think I'm going to get rid of the money generators. Take Grimbo, take Midas Mask. Grimbo is less good because then we won't be able to discard to find the face cards, but I think that's fine. I think in the long run, that's fine. Sure. So let's go next. I have so many rentals I don't want to reroll. I want to save my money. Let's discard first to find face cards. Alright, now that we've discarded, we can play high card queen. We can play a pair of 10s. Okay, 4,000 for that pair, that's too much. Let's play high card queen. 1,000 points for high card. So I could do high card king and then follow up with a pair of aces. There's the high card doesn't win. We play the pair of aces. And then the pair is worth 6,000. Okay. Now, could be 4 of a kind. With the trio, I kind of want to do 4 of a kind. But maybe it's expensive and I don't want to spend the money. So let's go Spectral Pack for sure. Hex, I cannot. Unless I give up a lot, which I don't want to. Could be Sigil. Standard Pack, I would like to, but maybe it's too expensive with all these rentals. Maybe I save my money and go next. So I can play high card king without winning. I can play a pair of 7s. Alright, there's high card king again. Maybe ends up being high card queen here. So high card is 3,000, so I could just play the queen here and it wins. Because we got Grimbo. So now 4,000 for the high card against the boss. Probably we play high card several times, or maybe 3 of a kind one time. Alright. Arcana first. There's Hermie is acceptable. Now standard packs. Could be a bonus 10. You get to feed the vampire one time, but I don't want to add a 10 to the deck. We could reroll here. I don't know if we would really replace any of these jokers. I'm going to save my money for the next shop. Go next. Alright, so I could play 2-pair also. I could play 2-pair kings and 3s. Maybe. Instead of the high card. Alright, so 2-pair is 6,000. Could be 2-pair aces and 8s. High card king. That's it? Alright. Trio is probably the next weakest link. Can't do the bus if we have all these phase cards. I guess we could do the bus. I do like having an extra hand. I do like the wheel here. This boss cost me money. Could be red card instead of Grimbo. Then the advantage of that is I can use my discards to set up my gold cards, and then the vampire grows much faster. Maybe. Maybe I don't need it to grow that fast. Maybe we just already win. So could be the hung man here probably. 4 and 3 we can hang him. Maybe I'm supposed to remove aces so I could play face cards as high card. Let's take the grabber. And then, don't need the buffoon pack, let's go next. So could be high card jack. An obelisk would be really cool. We could do high card king. I think the vampire is big enough. I want to keep the gold cards in hand. Could be high card 9. If we wanted to. Could put Grimbo over here. Okay, so that pair already 10k. Cool. Wrathful Joker as another rental we don't need. Strength we could be curious about. Maybe no standard pack here. Let's go next. Alright, so I want to turn queens into kings and tens into jacks. I can play ace as a high card. Is 4,000. Could be 2 9s is 10k. Okay, could be flip the jacks right now with strength. So here's 2 jacks. That's 10k also. Should have thrown away the ace. Okay. King high doesn't win. But then the next one's 5k. So could be jack high here, could be king high here, could be pair of queens. Maybe I care about scaling the vampire, maybe I care about holding the money. I think I care more about the money for now. So let's play the pair of queens. Cool. And then this boss is going to cost me so much. Alright, there's Duo, there's Blackboard, both very powerful, but maybe unnecessary. Maybe once we get high enough pair levels that actually it makes sense to do these instead of Grimbo. I think I'm happy with what I got. I think Celestial Pack we do take for the Mercury cards, and then go next. Alright, you can have all my money. Pair of jacks. Cool. Single jack. Okay. Could be high card jack this way. Is like 7,000. Okay. Then pair of the kings. For like 13k. Oh, it's 20 now? Bummer. Alright. Well, could be Arcana. Could be boss as base. Chips and mold halved. Okay. Extra discard doesn't matter. I'm gonna go... Do I need a strength card for a queen? Could be tens. Maybe. Let's go Arcana. Emperor. Okay, so I could do strength on a queen. I could save it for my tens. I'm okay using it here. And then we can Emperor, get a Hung Man, and a Hierophant. Go next. So pairs are 20k now. Aces and fives, we should hang them. I can make bonus nines. Here's 20k. Got it. So 2 pair. Grow the vampire. Okay. High card. High card is now 10,000. Close. High card jack. And then 4 kings wins. Okay. We're broke, but could get a fool. Save my money, go next. I should really be more concerned about interest, I guess. So there's a jack. There's a... I'm gonna play the pair of sevens just to make sure that we have enough points. So that's like 30k for a pair. I could do high card jack. Pair of the aces gives me 30k. Doesn't win. And then I could play a high card jack or high card king so that we get more money. Let's get more money. Cool. 240 on the square, 34 on Grimbo. Alright, no plutonium. Flashcard could be a replacement for Grimbo. I think we just save our money and go next. Okay, so now I can play pairs. The pairs won't be too strong. So there's 20,000. I could play jack as a high card. Could be one of those. That might be too much. Yeah, my bad. Ace high. I think if I do this, then it wins. So that's a pair. Cool. Could be banana. Probably not. We just go next. Boss says play 5 cards. Bummer. How about a pair of 8s? Maybe not a pair. High card 7 is 14. Pair is 40. So I could do... nice amount of points there. If we go 40, 40 wins. So I guess we just do... Well, I could do kings and jacks as 2 pair. That doesn't win. And then pair of aces does win. Okay. Then what? Alright, so we got temperance for 12 bucks. Do I want a fool for a temperance? Maybe. Sure. There are better things that we could do with a fool. Probably we keep holding the fool. And then go next. So there's a pair of aces. That's 45. I can't play the 3 of a kind because it'll be too strong. But I can play a pair of 9s. Okay. High card and then the next pair wins. Could be a pair of jacks. That's it. $300 chips on the square, plus the foil is $350. Okay. Throwback, no. Could be celestial packs. Maybe. I think I just want to save my money. Here it's okay. Maybe the celestial packs are fine. Usually I want this. Usually I want Terror Merchant, especially if we got the vampire. Maybe it's close enough to the end. I don't care, actually. Go next. I gotta play 5 cards. Make a steel 9. That's it. Okay. Could be 2 pair. Could be, let's go pair of kings. Pair of the jacks. This might win. Maybe I'm supposed to play 4 jacks. Okay. And then what's the final boss? The final boss is flips and shuffles. Shuffle me Jimbos. Okay. There's a death card if you want more kings. And then fool could be a death card, I think. Sure. And then maybe 4 of a kind level. Where's my 4 of a kind at? There we go. Go next. Alright, so I can make another king right away. I think I will make another king right away. I can do jack as a high card. And then we just want to make... I need to remember to throw away the aces. I need to remember to delete the aces because it's really getting in the way of me being able to play high card. Alright, the next pair wins. I think high card might also win here. Yes. Pair of 10s that way. Choosing not to grow the vampire, or choosing to take the money instead. Okay. Empress for the vampire. Go next. So there's kings. Pair jacks. Pair the kings again. Alright, so this shouldn't win. And then we could do... This Empress ended up not being relevant. Okay, so I could play 4 kings here if I want. We don't get the money, but then we get to grow the vampire. It's fine. Cool. Okay. Celestial pack. Maybe get a Mars card. That's kind of exciting. This other stuff probably doesn't matter. You could open a standard pack and look for a king. There's a queen instead. Nope. Alright. Shuffle me Jimbos. I could play a pair of jacks. Oh. Bummer. Alright. So, I guess we got 344 on the square there. We had the telescope. Telescope says, okay, you open the Celestial Pack, we're guaranteed the Mercury cards. We get the pair levels. That's the thing that we want. We didn't get a Celestial Pack in the first shop. The first shop, you're guaranteed a Buffoon Pack, so the second booster pack has like less than 1 in 4 chance of being a Celestial Pack. So most of the time you don't get the Celestial Pack in the first shop. In the second shop, we did get the Celestial Pack. We were able to get that one pair level, and with just that one pair level, that's enough molt to where the Square Joker can just win with pairs without needing a molt Joker. Like, that was cool. A lot of the shops where we had the Celestial Packs, we didn't buy the Celestial Packs in the end game because we had three rentals here. Rental Square, Rental Green Joker, Rental Midas Mask. We didn't have money for the Celestial Packs. So maybe if we had opened all of the Celestial Packs, maybe our pair level would be even higher. Maybe it'd be something like 15 or something like that. Maybe if we had even more money, we could have done more re-rolling. I mean, we did have overstock, so we did get to see a decent amount of stuff. The chance of a card in the shop being a planet card is 1 in 7 chance. 1 in 7 that you get a planet card. Is that true? I think that's how it works. And then even if you do get a planet card, there's like 9 different planet cards, so it's like, you know, 1 in 70 chance that you see a Mercury card in the shop naturally. Well, that's per card in the shop, so, you know, maybe you're re-rolling, you see more Mercury cards. But just in general, very, very difficult to get higher levels. But, you know, why do we need the levels? Why does it matter what hand we're playing if we can get all of the chips from the Square Joker? So this is part of why the Square Joker is so powerful. You can apply the chips to any hand, and if you can apply this amount of chips to any hand, why would I play 4 of a kind when I could just spam high card or pair or whatever it is, the more spammable hands? It actually, I don't need the levels. I don't need the blue seals. You can win the game without the blue seals, certainly. And so, you know, whatever absurd additional benefit that you get from the blue seals is way more than is necessary to win. Take care, everyone.